Hi, my name is Olivia. I've landed just in time to catch another segment of daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III. Today, Mr. Craig will be demonstrating another powerful prompt to help us use AI effectively in our job search. I can't wait to see what he's going to share with us. And the best part is, I can watch the replay on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel at Get Up and Get a Job. Okay, fasten your seatbelts. Mr. Craig is about to take off.
All righty, here I am, and thank you, Olivia, and welcome back to those of you who have been following this series either in person or by watching the replays. And a warm welcome if it's your first time joining. This is Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers. I'm William Craig III, an AI business and career strategist. Now, today's segment is going to tie up what we've been talking about all week, how to choose the right offer using logic, not just emotions. Whoa, yes. So look, if you're new to the series, I've got a clear mission. It's to help you move beyond overwhelm and into action. The fact is, people who randomly put out resources with hundreds of AI prompts are well-meaning, but sometimes too many prompts can actually be paralyzing. So, Daily AI Prompts for Job Seekers is focused on giving you just one powerful, practical prompt each and every day. Now, it doesn't matter how long you've been unemployed, underemployed, or maybe you're just unhappily employed. My goal is simple: to help you run your job search like a well organized job campaign, one with clarity, confidence, and strategy using AI as your job campaign manager. How cool is that? Look, if you've missed any of the segments, feel free to visit my LinkedIn profile to watch the replays, or better still, subscribe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Get Up and Get a Job. Just go to YouTube, type in you get up and get a job, and then click the subscribe bell. That way you'll be notified every time I go live or share a video that I believe will be of help to you. So let's get our party started. And let's see, we got some folks commenting. Let's see who's there. Dawn Lewis. Hey, Dawn. Good afternoon, good people. Can't wait to learn what William has for us today. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you for taking the time to share and to make yourself known. Next up, we've got Daniel Velez. Good afternoon, William and Forever Learners. Good afternoon, sir. Glad that you're here with us. Thanks for making yourself known. And we also have Shelly saying good afternoon to all. Shelly, appreciate you as always. And I know there are others of you, you may not want to make yourself known, and that's fine. But thank you for spending some time with me today as well. Those of you who watch the replays again, thank you. I truly appreciate it. I got to tell you this piece of good news. I've reached 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. Yes. Why is that important? Because now as I get more subscribers, YouTube will consider me for monetization. So I really appreciate it and your support. And thank you again. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. It means the world to me. All right, so let's get into today's prompt. And again, as I've mentioned a moment ago, we're finishing up with what we've been talking about all week as it relates to offers. All right. So back in the day when I was a little boy, there was a time where we could count on multiple offers. And I believe that time is coming again, especially if you're instituting the things that I've been sharing with you. It's not to say I've got all the answers, but we're in the climate where you got to take what you know, hear me now, take what you know and sprinkle a little AI on top of it. Sprinkle a little AI on top of it, okay? That's where we are today. And I've shown you since we started this year in January, we started running the whole gamut, including AI in what we've done, what we've been doing. So if you're new to the segment, if you want to go back and look at January, some of the videos from January, and I know the thumbnails are different because, hey, I just jumped in this thing last year and started doing. And I've been learning as I go along, and you're going to see some more improvements as well. But truly, 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 if you go back to January and watch the replays from those videos and lead up to today, you will see that I have taken you on a path, on a purposeful path to actually show you how to build in the AI, where to get the AI learning training based on what it is you do. Mary Mack, our fictitious job candidate, she's an accounts receivable, accounts payable specialist. But we've taken her through all the things that one would go through in getting to the point where we are today, where we're looking at how do we judge which offer to accept when you have multiple offers? Do you just go with your gut? Well, you can. Or can we use some science in this, some logic in this? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So here we go. Create a weighted decision matrix template Mary can use to compare up to 3 job offers. And you can choose whatever you want. You can take the prompt and you can do whatever you want with it. The factors that I've included here are salary, growth, culture, commute, and benefits. Now, that's based on my conversations with individuals who are looking at transitioning or looking at getting new jobs. These are the 5 things that they have been stating as being most important to them. Now, you might have something else. So you can, again, edit the prompt when you use it so that you can get what you need. I hope that makes sense to you. So here we go. When done, ChatGPT, create a downloadable Excel or Google Sheets version that automatically calculates the scores and even color codes the best offer. Thought I'd throw that in for good measure. And then because we're on live, I added show your example on screen in table form so that I don't have to download it and then go through all of that. So let's see what we got going on here from our good friend ChatGPT. And it's thinking. And just so you know, well, reading spreadsheet skill documentation. I love it when it tells me what I'm doing. Hey, if you haven't already, sign up for Free AI University. Yeah, you see the ticker scrolling across the screen. Just go to Free AI University waitlist.manus.space and you get all the information, but it's just like the name states, Free AI University. And just a lot of great things are going to be happening there very, very soon. So Chad is inspecting spreadsheet documentation and resources. So one of the things that those of you who follow me, you know that I baked into ChatGPT already is that it should not hallucinate. It should only provide information that is factual and can be verified. And so it goes out of its way to create information for me that is just that. It's factual. Now, this whole segment, as it relates to the, or I should speak to today's segment specifically, with regards to how to determine which of the offers that we should accept, is because, well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had multiple offers, or even if you just had a single offer, and you sat and you thought about it, should I accept this position? And you did, and you regretted it later. Anybody ever been in that situation where you took a job and you regretted it later? Why? Because you took a job based on either emotion, which in most cases is desperation, all right, testing formula recalculation and export with artifact tool. Love it. It's making sure that everything that it's giving us works, bottom line. But if you've ever been in that situation, and I know I have, because you take one job, turn down another, and find out there wasn't gold in them thou hills. Okay. And now it's not like you can go back to the other people and go, oh, oops, can I have a mulligan? Can I have a do-over? I made a mistake. I took that other job and it didn't work out so well. Tell you a quick story of one thing that I did. I was in a job and I shared this. I was a keynote speaker for an administrative professionals conference, and and I was basically talking about the fact that they were navigators and that they are the North Star for the organization. I can remember this as if it were yesterday. And I shared a story with them about the day that it becomes mundane and uninteresting and boring and just not what you want to do anymore. The day that that happens, you need to be looking. Okay, you need to start looking. Don't sit there, make yourself miserable, your family miserable, because now you want to come home, kick the dog, kick the cat, poison the fish, right? And as well, make your managers and your coworkers miserable, because unfortunately what happens is that poison just it, it's it, it's not good. It spreads like a virus. And so I shared a story of a true story of something that I did. I was in that very position where I was in a job, in a role, and it was just like, okay, this isn't going to work. This is not going to work. And so I started looking. And as it turns out, what I did was, I don't know what the statute of limitations is on this, but anyway, what I did was they made me an offer. And so I said, well, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I have some PTO. I have some paid time off. Yes, you know where this is going. So I took vacation time to go and start working at the other job. Okay, while I figured out if this was going to work for me, if this was going to be a better situation than the one that I was in. So I took those 2 weeks. It was either a week or 2 weeks. Honestly, I don't remember what the time frame was, but I do remember that I took the PTO and uh, and went to go work at the other job. And here's the thing: at that point, I was able to work things out with the new job to give the 2 weeks notice for the old job. And somehow I worked that out, but I did. And but here we go. The COO at the time, after I finished my talk, I mean, I talked about a lot of things, but that was the one thing that stuck out in his mind. And he said, now, you know, William told you this story, but don't any of you do this. Okay. But again, in all seriousness, we find ourselves sometimes in situations that don't work, updating formulas and conditional formatting in workbook. All righty. It's working hard on this. Wow, this is the first time I think that I've made chat think this hard in a very long time, opening rendered spreadsheet examples. So we find ourselves in situations where we're not comfortable. We realize we made a mistake. And all I'm suggesting is that instead of just going on emotion, that we can actually create a tool, which hopefully chat will show us very soon, create a tool that we can use to at least help us. Now, yeah, you still got to go with your gut to a certain degree. And for those of you who believe in it, you know, pray over it. But at least here we can use some data or data if you're on the East Coast that suggests which opportunity may be the best for you. All right. So it's analyzing the image. I'm glad it's chat, not my computer, quite honestly, because my computer's been running a little slow these days. But this is chat really going through. Thought for 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, this is, and it says it's done. So we should be seeing something pop up here very soon. There we are. All right, done. Here's the file. And so I can certainly download it. Excuse me, but let's pop it out so we can look at it. This is a web preview. It may not reflect exact formatting. Download to open in your preferred software for best results. Got it. Thank you so much, chat. All right, so here we go. Weighted job offer decision matrix. Enter a weight for each factor and rate each offer from 1, meaning low, to 5, meaning high or good. Weighted score equals weight times rating. So I'll tell you what that means. All right, so here are the factors, excuse me, that I put in: salary, growth, culture, commute, benefits. Um, and it's weighted these 1 through 5. So salary being very important, culture being very important, because you don't want to go into a situation where you don't get along or you're looked at as an outsider. I had I had a client that I worked with. She got the job, but I think I've shared this with you. I didn't give this detail though. On Fridays, after shop closed by at a certain time, they closed early on Fridays, and they would break out the booze in the office, and that was something that just didn't make her feel comfortable. But she didn't know that. They didn't tell her that in the interview, right? But the culture is very important. So let's see here. Growth is next on the importance list, along with benefits, and then commute would be next on the list. So here we go. We've got offer 1, and then we would weight that. Offer 2, weight it, and so on. So uh, best offer and winning score. So let's see. I'm going to come out of this because do it this way. Here is where we can see I already knew what it was going to do, even though I didn't do this. I know how it works. So I knew what we were going to see. So here are the factors again. And so, for example, it even made up company names. I'll tell you, ChatGPT. So I've got an offer from Pine Tech, Summit Health, and Riverstone Group. And let's minimize this a little. Okay, it looks like we can see everything one more time. Go up. All right. So salary at Pine Tech gets a score of 4. Remember, this is one of the more important things that we are rating. Summit Health gets a score of 3, and Riverstone gets a score of 5. Now, how does this work? What does the 20, the 15, and the 25 means? So we take the weight and we multiply it by the score we assign it. So if we say Pine Tech is a 4, 4 times 5 is 20. Summit Health, we gave it a 3 score on salary. 3 times 5 is 15. And of course, 5 times 5 is 25. We go down our list. We look at growth. We score 5 for Pine Tech, 4 for Summit, and 3 for Riverstone, giving it the scores that we see. Culture, commute, and benefits all have a score. So when we get to the end of it, look at which offer seems to be the best without us being emotional about it. Summit Health scores the best out of all 3 offers. Okay, hope that makes sense to you. So now the workbook that we saw a copy of includes the template sheet for Mary to fill in, so Mary can pop in her own scores for, in this case, Pine Tech, Summit Health, and Riverstone Group offers. The example sheet with the sample data, which we just looked at, and it will automatically create the score calculations for us. All right, how cool is that? And that's I figured that there might be some that might struggle with that, so that was why I put that in the prompt. And then it's going to give you green highlighting for the top scoring offer just for effect. So this one would be Summit Health would be highlighted in green. All right. Now, Chad is offering up some additional assistance here. If you want, I can also make a version with different weights or add extra factors like flexibility, mission fit, job security. And again, thumbs up to you, Chad. Just as like I shared to you, you can do anything. You can choose what the factors are. I just chose the factors that came to mind for me based on the people that I've been working with. But your factors may be totally different, and you can pop those in. And as you are looking at offers, even if it's a single offer, you're not sure, you can go back and take a look and give it a grade, give it a score, and then create the score. And then you could set a bar and say, if it doesn't rate above an 80, then I'm not going to take it. And so that's the rule that you can create for yourself. Let me get out of this so that I can see if you have any comments. I'll get the link to this prompt and share it with you in the conversation area here, the comment section, and pop that in so that you will have that. And there it is. And so let's see what we got here. Susan Bukansky. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today and making yourself known. Susan's joining us on LinkedIn, and she says, yes, I did take a job. I regret it. Yeah, a lot of us have. Let's see here. Make sure I've got this in order. Dawn Lewis says, mind blown. Thank you, Dawn. I'll take that as a compliment. All right, because at the end of the day, again, that's what I'm here to do, to give you some things to think about that either A, you've not thought about, or B, you thought about but didn't know how to create the answer for yourselves. Let's see what else has popped up here. John, hey, Sir John of Werner says, thank you, William. It is very helpful to see key factor results summarized across companies. This provides us an opportunity to rationalize our decisions with data. Absolutely. Thank you for that, John. As always, I appreciate your input. So there you have it, folks. This is how we're able to know. How do we know which one is the best one? Which is the right one for me? Because as you've heard me say, you probably have the T-shirt or the tattoo. Not every opportunity is the right opportunity for me. Okay. So this gives us a way to measure this. And again, to hopefully save us from stepping into the wrong opportunity. So often when people get rejected from a job opportunity, I tell them, you may have just been spared. You may have just been spared months or years of frustration and regret. So, take it with a grain of salt that not every opportunity is the right opportunity for you. And certainly a turn down sometimes is the best thing for you. Doesn't feel that way when you need to pay the bills. I get it. Been there, done that. Don't want a T-shirt. But again, it's reality. All right. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for your patience with me today. I love being in front of you all to give you information that apparently you love receiving. So again, thank you for your support of this channel. For those of you who are on YouTube, for those of you who are watching via LinkedIn, thank you for your support. And for those of you who are watching via Facebook, appreciate you. Look, whatever you do between now and 12 noon tomorrow, stay safe, be vigilant. If you see something, say something. I pray that those of you who have been through crazy weather occasions in the last few days or events, I pray you're safe. And look, do whatever you can to stay safe. But between now and tomorrow, remember these three things. God loves you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye for now.
Wow, that was fantastic. I haven't been this excited to learn about something since I left basketball. Anyway, Mr. Craig did another great job of sharing an AI prompt that anyone can use in their job search. Be sure to join him every day, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, on his LinkedIn profile or his YouTube channel called Get Up and Get a Job. You can watch the replays there as well. And while you're at it, share this information with someone you know who wants or needs a new job. I've got to run. My team needs me. But keep up the great work, Mr. Craig. You're providing a great service for the community. I'm going to tell all of my players about daily AI prompts for job seekers with William Craig III.